The Honourable Jan Barham.
Madam Deputy President, democracy is alive and well in the regions of New South Wales. The communities are showing up and speaking up for their land, their water and their future. They are the protectors, and this is people power. In blockades at the Pilliga and Maules Creek and Bentley, communities are uniting to take a stand where the government appears too weak to do so, to stop CSG. I applaud the brave and committed people of the North Coast and beyond who have for 3 months held a campsite, morning vigils and an ongoing presence at the Bentley Blockade. I'm so proud of my community, and when I showed up at the Bentley Blockade with my colleague Jeremy Buckingham, I too was inspired. It was such a show of strength and commitment from so many who believe that the government is not listening to them. I take this opportunity to acknowledge long-term local MP Don Page, member for Ballina for 26 years, who has recently announced his retirement. Don has served his community well and has always listened to all views and showed respect. That's what country people expect, and that's the sort of politician Don has been. But for a born and bred National Party member, the thought of going to an election where so many of the people who have been long-term supporters now feel betrayed by his party's coalition with the Liberals may have been a consideration. It will be a tough election, but Don, the community thanks you for your service. I applaud the brave and committed people who are also travelling to Maules Creek and the Pilliga blockades. I supported my colleague Jeremy Buckingham by co-sponsoring the visit to this country of the cowboy from USA, John Fenton, with his warning from Wyoming. Thousands of people across the state flocked to country halls to hear him speak of his life experience with unconventional gas and the way that fracking had ruined his farm, his health and his family and community's well-being. I also offer condolences to the family and friends of Neville Wran, a Premier of New South Wales from 1976 to 1986. His lasting legacy is the protection of some of the state's finest biodiversity, the dedication of national parks and wilderness. Particularly, he'll be long remembered by environmental activists for his respectful acceptance of the will of the people of the North Coast over the Terania Creek Rainforest Protection Campaign. The people of the North Coast have a proud history of protecting our heritage, and it was in the rainforests of the Northeast that Premier Wran's environmental awakening occurred. The recent Premier Barry O'Farrell will be remembered respectfully for taking a stand against alcohol-fuelled violence. The current Premier, Mike Baird, has an opportunity to show leadership by respecting the will of the people and embedding a legacy. Respect the protectors of our land, water and future who are gathering at these blockades. This is the people who actually live on the land under threat and care about the future. They understand the precautionary principle and intergenerational equity. They are rural landholders who are willing to stand side by side with the First Peoples of the land and conservationists. Premier, take a look. It's farmers and country businesses, dairy and cattle farmers, tourism operators, doctors, nurses, teachers and many more saying, no way, CSG. They're engaging in non-violent direct action. They show up and show their commitment to a gas-field-free future. I implore you to respect the people who took the initiative to survey their communities. Lismore Council took a poll at the last council election and 87% of the people said no to CSG. The mayors of the Tweed, Kyogle, Byron and Lismore have visited the Bentley Blockade to show their support. They are listening to their communities, and this morning over 1,000 community members turned up. Mr Baird, in your inaugural speech on the 29th of May 2007, you stated, I expect the Liberal Party to lead the restoration of a community-based party in this place. We should never be ashamed of listening to our conscience nor to our community. In essence, this is why we were here. Premier, will you now deliver on that expectation, or will you do the unthinkable and send in the riot police against citizens of this state who are protectors of the future? Please listen to the people, stop CSG and respect the will of the people and the public interest, protect the future and return trust, honesty and respect to democracy in New South Wales.
Madam Deputy President.